Now today in the battle arena, we've got two of Godzilla's greatest enemies going head to head. Plus, I guess they're technically two different versions of Ghidorah. So it's really just to see which version is more powerful. It's MechaGodzilla versus King Ghidorah. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's find out. So in Godzilla vs. Kong, MechaGodzilla was created by a company called Apex Cybernetics because the CEO was determined to build a weapon powerful enough to challenge Godzilla's dominance. Which, I guess makes sense. You're probably tired of giant monsters wrecking cities, even if they're trying to protect you. But weren't the Titans also doing good, helping to restore the Earth and stop climate change and all that? Might have to take the good with the bad on that one. But in order to do all of this, in order to take down Godzilla, well, they took two of the heads from King Ghidorah and used their telepathic connection to build a giant metal kaiju that can be piloted by a human. Don't worry, it doesn't really make sense in the movie either. But then Ghidorah somehow took over, which I really don't know how that was possible. I thought Ghidorah was dead, and this was just a skull, but let's just go with it. So Ghidorah took over, and the MechaGodzilla broke out and started just wrecking havoc in downtown Hong Kong. Then he went up against Godzilla and started wrecking havoc too. Then he went up against Kong, and Godzilla and Kong, all at the same time. So MechaGodzilla is obviously incredibly strong. He's able to completely overpower Godzilla, knock him down, ram him through buildings, everything. Did the same with Kong, too. Now, granted, both of them were exhausted after having just fought each other almost to the death, but still, we've never seen Godzilla getting overpowered like that so quickly in a fight. MechaGodzilla was completely dominant from the very beginning. Godzilla was basically just his punching bag at some points. He's also a mech, meaning he's got all sorts of weapons and gadgets too. He's got shoulder-mounted missile launchers that are capable of stunning, knocking over Godzilla. He can unleash some super-powered energy punches. Basically think Iron Fist, but so much more destructive. That's knocked over Godzilla too. Even his tail has a deadly drill attached to it. Then to top it all off, MechaGodzilla has his own atomic breath, able to slice right through a skull crawler, match up against Godzilla's own atomic breath, even overpower Godzilla's beam. So MechaGodzilla is freaking powerful. He is something else. But just being powerful isn't enough to win here, because King Ghidorah is just insanely powerful too. For starters, there's his size. He absolutely dwarfs Godzilla. Look at that size comparison. And on top of that, Ghidorah is clocking in at 140,000 tons. Over 100,000 tons. He's breaking every single scale that he comes across. And when you're throwing around that kind of weight, well, you're gonna be amazingly strong, basically without even trying. He's clashed with Godzilla and created some pretty significant shockwaves, overpowered Rodan, or take him out with just one hit. Even Ghidorah's wings are crazy strong, shattering through ice, easily smashing buildings, just sending them crumbling down to the ground. To top it all off, Ghidorah has managed to overpower Godzilla, choke out Godzilla, then pick Godzilla up, fly him way up in the sky, and drop him from the edge of the atmosphere. To make it all the more impressive, so that wasn't great enough, Big G weighs 90,000 tons. King Ghidorah is able to easily lift and move around nearly 100,000 tons. But while Ghidorah is strong, really strong, we just proved that, he might be even more durable. Bullets and missiles do absolutely nothing to the big guy. They just bounce off his wings, no harm, no foul. He's taken tons of attacks from Godzilla and shrugged a whole lot of them off, and took an atomic breath blast right to the chest from a juiced up Godzilla. As if that wasn't enough, King Ghidorah survived the Oxygen Destroyer, something that killed every living thing in a 2-mile radius, something that very nearly almost killed Godzilla. He had to go back and charge up for a while after the fight. Yet Ghidorah just jumped right back up, went right back at it. Plus, top it all off, Ghidorah has a healing factor. After Godzilla tore off one of his heads, Ghidorah just quickly grew it right back. No harm, no foul. Then there's Ghidorah's gravity beam, which is roughly just as powerful as Godzilla's atomic breath. He's pushed Godzilla back a good little while. He's destroyed buildings, used it to beat Rodan, even kill Mothra. Ghidorah can also absorb energy from other sources, like draining the nuclear energy right out of Godzilla's body, or tapping into the Boston power grid, unleashing massive electric blast from his wings. You could even argue that he absorbed some energy from that volcano in order to regrow his head in the first place. And if you think someone like Thor or Storm can control the weather, well, just look at Ghidorah. He started generating storms as soon as he was free from the ice. Later on in the movie, it was said that he was generating Category 6 hurricanes as he was flying all around. Honestly, didn't even know Category 6 was possible. I thought Category 5s were the max. So, both of them are powerful. That much is obviously true. But what can we do with all this? Who's coming out on top here? Well, they've both fought against Godzilla. They're two of Godzilla's greatest villains. So let's see how well each did against the big guy. And I don't even think we have to look into it too much. MechaGodzilla obviously did so much better in his fight. It's not even really worth getting into. The difference here is that they all fought Godzilla at different power levels. Ghidorah fought normal Godzilla in Antarctica and in the ocean, then fought against an amped Godzilla after the nuke, and was killed by Fire Godzilla. On the other hand, MechaGodzilla fought against a weakened Godzilla who had just gotten done fighting against Kong. But even then, I still like MechaGodzilla's showings against Godzilla better. So in King of the Monsters, Ghidorah ran away from its first fight with Godzilla. And I really don't think it was the military that forced Ghidorah to retreat. The director of the movie said Godzilla would have killed Ghidorah in their second fight if humans hadn't gotten in the way. And in the third fight, Godzilla entered the fight amped and was winning. Then Ghidorah amped himself and was winning. And then Godzilla amped himself even more and killed Ghidorah. That's how it all went down. On the other hand, MechaGodzilla was completely dominant against Godzilla, was dominant against Kong, was dominant against both Godzilla and Kong, and I think he would have won that fight if the plot had it called for him to lose. Because he had both of them on the ropes before his controls were shut down, and then Kong used his axe against him. And let's not forget how powerful that axe is. When it was charged up, it was enough to one-shot Godzilla. Basically think like the kryptonite spear in BVS. It was gonna have to kill MechaGodzilla. So I just believe being that dominant against two apex kaiju, even if they were weakened after fighting each other, is better than fighting against one apex titan. Especially if the director believes normal Godzilla can kill normal Ghidorah. If Godzilla can do it, then MechaGodzilla can do it too. So yeah, might be recency bias, fully admit that. But I think MechaGodzilla is coming out on top here. MechaGodzilla wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. What did you think about the movie? What did you think about Godzilla vs. Kong? Also, sound off down below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, turn notifications, join the Fanco army, and I will see y'all next time.